What's up guys, welcome back to TJP Media. Today's video is going to shock you because we are talking about 10 billionaires who dropped out of school and later they became super rich. Now listen carefully. This video is not about saying that school is useless. Education is very important, but what I want to show you is this. Dropping out of school does not mean that your life is finished. Sometimes people drop out because they found a bigger opportunity or stronger passion or different path. So if you have ever felt like you are behind in this life or you feel like school is not working for you, this video will give you motivation and your examples. Let's go. First on the list is Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft. Bill Gates was a student at Harvard University, one of the best schools in the world. But while other students were focused on exams, Bill Gates was already thinking about computers and the future of technology. He dropped out of Harvard because he saw a big opportunity. Computers were becoming the future and he wanted to build the software for them. So what happened next? He started Microsoft with his friend Paul Allen, and that company later became the biggest software company in the world. Listen from Bill Gates. Sometimes the biggest opportunity comes before graduation, but you must have a clear plan and a serious focus. The second one is Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook. Now it's called Meta. Mark was also at Harvard. And while he was still a student, he created Facebook in his dorm room. At first, it was only for students, but very fast it started growing like crazy. He had a choice: stay in a school and finish a degree, or focus on business that was already changing the world. So he dropped out. What happened next? Facebook became one of the biggest social media platform ever, and Mark became one of the youngest billionaires in history. Lesson from Zuckerberg: if you build something that solves a big problem, growth will reward you. The third one is Steve Jobs. Now let's talk about this legend called Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs dropped out of Ready College. Why? He said he didn't want his parents wasting their money on a school he wasn't sure about. But here is what is interesting. Even after dropping out of the school, he still continued learning. He attended classes that he loved, like calligraphy, and later that influenced the beautiful fonts on Apple computers. Those fonts you see on Apple computers, he's the one who came up with them. So what happened after dropping out? He co-founded Apple in a garage. Later, Apple created the iPhone, iPad, MacBook, and changed the world. Lesson from Steve Jobs: you can drop out of school, but never dropping out of learning. So he kept on running. The fifth one is Michael Dell. Next one is Michael Dell, founder of Dell Technologies. Michael Dell was studying at the University of Texas, but while he was in college, he started building and selling computers, and the business started making money. He realized that his school can wait, but this opportunity might not, so he dropped out. What happened next? Dell became one of the biggest computers companies in the world. Listen from Michael Dell: when your business starts working, you must take it seriously. The fifth one is Larry Ellison. This one is powerful. Larry Ellison is the founder of Oracle and a massive database and software company. Oracle is a database company. So Larry dropped out of University of Illinois and later University of Chicago too. So he dropped out 2 times in one university, and when he joined Chicago, he also dropped out of it. So yeah, he dropped out more than once. Life was difficult and school was not his focus, but he didn't give up. What happened next? He built Oracle, and it became one of the most important tech companies in the business and the government system. Lesson from Larry Ellison: your past mistakes don't define your future success. The seventh one is Richard Branson. Now this one is the most famous dropout. Richard Branson dropped out of high school at the age of 16 years old. He Others were dropping out of university, but he dropped out when he was still in his secondary. At 16 years, he struggled in school and he had dyslexia. But he had a strong business mindset. He started his own business and later created the Virgin Group. Virgin Group became huge. Virgin Atlantic Airlines, Virgin Music, and many other companies. Lesson from Richard Branson. School might not see your talent, but business will. The next one is Evan Spiegel, the co-founder of Snapchat. He was studying at Stanford University, but he had an app where messages disappear. People laughed at first. They kept laughing at him, but the app became a global trend, so he dropped out to focus on Snapchat. What happened next? Snapchat became a billionaire dollar company and he became a billionaire at a young age. That guy. Lesson from Evan Spiegel. One smart idea can change your life forever. The next one is Travis Kalanick, one of the co-founder of Uber. He dropped out of UCRA University. So why did he drop out? He wanted to focus on startups and the technology. What happened next? He helped to create Uber and it changed how people move around cities. Uber became a multi-millionaire dollar company. Lesson from Uber. Disruption creates billionaires. If you improve an industry, you can become rich. The next one is Ralph Lauren. Now let's leave technology and go out to fashion. Ralph Lauren dropped out of college. He wasn't interested in school. He wanted to build his dream brand. He started with a simple idea: ties, clothing style, luxury fashion. And what happened next? He created one of the biggest fashion brands in the world, Ralph Lauren. Lesson from Ralph Lauren. If you have a vision, you can build a brand from nothing. The next one is called Jay Lee. This one, he didn't finish MBA. This is a Samsung billionaire. Last one, I'm talking about Jay Lee, connected to Samsung leadership. He didn't complete his MBA program and focus more on business responsibilities. Samsung became one of the biggest tech company in the world. A lesson from him. Sometimes business responsibilities are bigger than classroom learning. Now listen to this carefully. You might be thinking, so you should drop out too. Not necessarily, because the truth is most people who drop out don't become millionaires or billionaires. These people became rich because they had a plan, script, they had a big opportunity, discipline, they worked hard, even they had consistency. Dropping out is not the secret. The secret is working on something valuable until it becomes very big. If you are still in school, use school to build your future. If you dropped out, don't give up, start again, because your life is not finished. In 2026, you can start learning skills online, business, content creation, freelancing, digital marketing, editing, programming, and you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. You have to focus on one thing and then keep working on it. So guys, that's the top 10 billionaires who dropped out of school and became rich. If you learned something, smash the like button, comment that I will win in the comments, and subscribe to TJP Media for more motivational and money videos. See you next time. I love you guys.